Hi Aries, so very happy birthday. Very, very interesting time to be having a birthday. I do hope that everyone watching is free from harm. People that you love are free from harm. And essentially that we're all free from harm, Aries. Okay? So any prayer, intention, really, really, really the whole planet could be doing with it. So give me a minute. I'll pull your additional guidance card and then I'll shuffle the rest of the deck. So you get the Yang card, very, very Aries. Not sure how that's going to play out because really so many of us are isolated unless obviously we're key workers. But this action might be taking place in another way. So there might be some area of your life, some people that you can help, some sort of call to be of service, that sort of thing. So we'll find out more, but I do love it. It's almost like the energy of the spring solstice, isn't it? This birthing energy, which is of course Aries energy to begin with. So give me a minute. I'm going to cut the deck. I'm going to shuffle again. Yeah, so I was contemplating best how to serve and I decided I would do some readings. The uploading time is taking forever, so I don't even know if I'll be able to do it again until things go back to normal. I'll do my best, okay? Give me a minute. And actually, very much in the UK, we're being called to go and help the vulnerable. So I might be out doing other things. I just don't know yet. But anyhow, let's just focus on this reading, the breath, and the here and now. So one more split. So yeah, Five of Wands behind you with the Devil card, yeah. So Mars has been in Capricorn anyhow, your ruling sign. Mars is a funny mixture, Mars with Capricorn. Can be incredibly fantastic for building an empire. Not too good if you're in restrictive circumstances. So it's almost like a feeling like an engine's on. But this engine is hitting a brick wall. I'll find out more though. What you want is the Star card, beautiful. Just about everyone's either got the Star card or the Ace of Cups. The Star card it's about remission if anyone's been ill. It's the card of grace. Grace is the very, very fabric of this universe. And it's also Aquarius. So it's about really, really desiring and focusing this energy to come into your life. I'll find out more. The gift is the Six of Cups, very, very beautiful. Challenge is the Queen of Pentacles. This could be a person or it could be health issues, guys, okay? Material issues. Pentacles rule our value systems, but they also rule the practical parts of our life. And so maybe some of you aren't feeling as secure and stable as you'd like to. This is when we need cards like the Star card. This is like pennies from heaven. It's like, I was walking down the road the other day and this man told me that he was having new deliveries in his food shop, really randomly. And I went today and he had set aside some stuff. That's what I mean. It was so random. And it was almost like I was at the right place at the right time and what I need came to me. That's what the Star card is about. It's a state of openness. It's what you're looking for. There might be a few concerns around health. It could be a person that you know, that you're isolated from. A lot of people might be concerned about relatives that they can't support, that sort of thing. Temperance in your relationships, love it, love it, love it. Balance, yeah. keeping your head above water. So when our head's above water, we've got control of our emotional reactions because she's swimming and not drowning. Could be a Sagittarius person now. Money and work, you've got the Five of Cups, okay? I will clarify that for you, Aries. I won't leave you in there. But that could be to do with the Queen of Pentacles and a feeling of maybe not feeling as stable as you'd like around the material realm. I will do a little bit of work on that, okay? But there you get the King of Cups, a soul position. So you've got two cards I would class as the cards of complete emotional equilibrium. Yeah. So when we fall into real trouble is when we drown rather than swim. So but sorry, I've just gone silent because you're not doing that at a soul level or in your relationships, which makes me feel that there's a lot of serenity, there's a lot of peace, but there's maybe something going on around the earth element. What I'll do is when I do your reading, I'll clarify it. Every sign I've had to clarify somewhere. Yeah. And this is where yours is. Outcome. Yes, Aries, you get the Yang card, end of April. Hopefully, depending where you live, not sure about the States, but I know in Europe, by the end of April, and it's not going to be, it's going to come back in waves, okay? But we're going to get a grip over it, Aries. We're going to get a grip over it. Well, and not that we get to control Mother Nature, because no one gets to control Mother Nature, but we're going to get a relationship with what this virus is about. I guarantee it. Might it take a little while? Yes. But am I worried for you? No, because you get two aces to end your reading. I mean, I'm one of these people, I love change. My sun is in the first house, which is Aries. So I love change, I love energy, and I adore the aces. So behind you, the Devil card can represent Capricorn. It's obviously Caesar, the wheels of the system, which obviously can work in any way. They can be remarkably supportive and remarkably challenging. Yeah. Actually both at the same time. Five of Wands is a little bit of inner angst. I think everyone's feeling it. I think particularly Aries as you go into your season. The Five of Wands is a card that generates change. It's one of the cards I actually like, but I don't love it when I'm in it because sometimes I feel like it's like I've got this car engine on, but then there's a brake on it. And it's like I want change, but I don't know how to bring this change forward. That's the sort of energy of it. But that's behind you. There might be struggles with the Capricorn, by the way. I don't think that struggle will change because there's so much potential for that middle path in your relationships. The middle path is my Buddha card. It's serenity. It's emotional sobriety. Not being reactive but responsive. Okay, and what you want is a star card. Now the star card is with blessings and healing, and it's very, very interesting, Aries. I notice when I go into anxiety, I just keep asking everyone that I know in my head for forgiveness, and I accept forgiveness for all these apologies I never had. So it's a very, very much like a spiritual detoxification and wanting this healing, wanting this not only for ourselves but for the world at large. And the reason I'm saying it that way is because it's the water bearer, and the water bearer is the collective. And so obviously this is where your energy's at, and I really, really love seeing that. But, you know, we can't, our cups do need to be full. and then we give from that. And isn't it beautiful? The gift is the Six of Cups. Six of Cups is notoriously a soulmate card. So if any of you have got any reunion with a soulmate going on, this would be it. But the Six of Cups is more than that. It can be very, very big around childhood memories. And, you know, I am really, really not one of these spiritual bypassers. I don't believe in it. We move forward by feeling what we need to feel. But the Six of Cups is almost remembering good times, things from the past. There might be quite a lot of reminiscing about the past going on. There's a lot of joy in the Six of Cups, and it's that joy based on nothing. Because, you know, I'm not talking about survival needs, Aries. We all need to meet our survival needs. But our joy in the Six of Cups is based on a very joyful, happy heart. And bringing that forward and expressing that. Because these two are children, and they're just taking time out to smell the flowers. Which really, unless you're sort of frontline worker, and even if you're not, there's very, very little else we can do at this time. And maybe that's the spiritual purpose, that there's much, much, much spiritual purpose in what's happening, Aries. I am not doing that, not going down that line at the moment, because there's too many opinions, and I'm making a decision not to give mine. But what I do know from my astrology studies is there's a lot of protection around us. And it's almost like, and every single sign has either got a card like the Star card, the Ace of Cups, the Six of Cups, the Ten of Cups. And it's like we're remembering what's important. We're remembering just what's important. To not take things for granted, not take people for granted. It's about love, basically. Love and grace. Absolutely beautiful. Now, the Queen of Pentacles is the challenge. And I think because of that Five of Cups, because this could be about health, because the Pentacles all rule health issues, okay? So why is the Queen of Pentacles a challenge? It could be a person that you're dealing with. Yeah, because the Four of Swords. So in isolation, you might feel separate from someone, which is weird with the Six of Cups as the gift, but it might still be the case that you feel separate from someone, but you're connecting in different ways. Temperance in your relationships. Always love it when Temperance appears in a relationship spread. It's a very high relationship card out. Temperance represents alchemy. So a very, very healthy, potentially a very, very healthy connection with you and someone else, when, you know, the elements just mix perfectly. And because of that Six of Cups there might be that sense of emotionally really, really fitting in well with someone. If not, you're just keeping your head above water. And there's not, you know, there's not much more we can do at the moment. And it's almost like it's such an extreme test. And you know what? I am one of these avid meditators, spiritual practitioners, and boy, have I been struggling to access my calmness. Temperance means you're keeping your head above water, keeping this lovely balance, and maybe it's a really nice blending with someone, because that would definitely be clarified. It might be done separately with those cards though, which is really common for most people. A lot of the relationships are been done in isolation. Maybe it's not the case for you, but this is really good. Now, money and work, 5 of Cups, there's maybe been a little bit of a loss here. It can be a bit grief. Come on, let me clarify what's going on for Aries and their finances. Okay, you get the Fool. Wow. So the Fool is about a new beginning. And it looks like maybe some of you have gone through some sort of loss, but the Fool is a 0. A lot of people say this is Aries. I'm not sure. I think maybe all signs have the Fool card because it reminds me of Aquarius as well. Very, very much so. I don't know. I don't give a sign to the Fool because we all have that potential within us. If we don't live in fear, because the Fool's a 0 point, and the 0 point is about walking forward with a sense of faith. So not carrying the past with you. And when we don't carry the past with us, that's when we're open to this spontaneity. That's when we're open to grace, when we have no expectations. And maybe something's not worked out, Aries, and some of you are considering walking down a brand new path. Your energy will always be about that. You're a pioneer. So you're one of these people that you're not going to sit with your slippers on and say that's it. Okay, as a pioneer, you always want to be breaking new ground and moving out of comfort zones. Maybe something's not worked out for you, and the Fool's whispering in your ear about new beginnings, new starts, new possible creative functions that will not happen right now. Definitely not the best time to start anything. It might be a good time to develop ideas about how to go forward into the future. Unless some of your ideas, Aries, is to how to help people get through this virus would be a good idea. Anything like mindfulness, meditation, eating well, that's the sort of thing. But if not, there's maybe something that's not worked out and you're beginning to envision a new future. So if the Fool could speak, what would he tell Aries around his money and work? Yeah, now you get the King of Wands, which is so much about your energy. It's that mastery of the wand. And mastery of the fire element only means one thing: to trust the impulses that come from very, very deep within your belly. So we're drawn to things, we don't know why, but it always feels like a sense of curiosity. Like, I'm curious about this, I want to explore it, I want to explore this new avenue. That's the way that the universe is constantly throwing us crumbs about the way forward, Aries. That's how we find our soul purpose. We just, oh my God, this seems interesting. I'm beginning to build the momentum to break through these stuck places, these defenses. King of Cups at a soul level. So again, this could be a person you're dealing with, male, female. Don't even my what do you call them? Sorry, my private readings are not gender specific. Just don't believe in it that way. Never have done. Never read that way. So the King of Cups might be a person that you're dealing with, spending time with. This is someone who really has a sort of sense of mastery over their emotions. Now remember, mastery over the feeling realm is not about repressing the feelings. They might be very expressive. They might be soft. They might be very, very loving. That's what I'm sensing. But again, it's the same principle, Aries. You're keeping your head above water. I absolutely love it, because that is how we become masters. It's when we're on the hamster wheel of reactivity, we're in old repressive emotional patterns. That's what karma is. And there might be a little bit up there, but there's definitely not any down here, which means there's an awful, awful, awful lot of healing going on, of opening to this beautiful grace energy, because you need to be open to grace energy to be floating on water, basically, to keep this beautiful calm when the rest of the world is losing it. So this might be you or someone that you're dealing with. But anyway, I like it, I like it, I love it, Aries, to tell you the truth. So outcome, you got 2 aces. So obviously the Ace of Wands is definitely Aries. It's that impulsive bursting forward. And I've got this image that a few of you have been let out the house and you're running down the road, new ideas, new passions. I mean, that's definitely the image I've got. It's like, oh my God, I'm out. I'm ready to launch. I'm ready to go forward. I'm ready to bring my gifts into the world. And I tell you, with these cards, you've got an awful lot of gifts to bring forward. There's an awful big softening in your cards. And when we soften is when our heart has opened. Yeah. Because the way I look at it, and maybe that's what this whole process is about, Aries. When we soften, I don't know if we soften first and our heart opens when we soften. But it's about moving away from rigidity, because rigidity is that repression, and that's when we're reactive and we're throwing off our energy at other people, generally people that we love the most. Yeah. But when we're soft and open, something quite outstanding happens at the level of our soul. And when it happens at the level of our soul, it happens everywhere. It's just a matter of time. And time is something in 2020 that's going to be very interesting. But the Fool is this energy of the timelessness. I would probably say the King of Cups was, and the Star card, and probably Temperance. And it's almost like we're all moving into this potential gap. And I am really, really fascinated to see what's going to come out of this gap, not just for the individual, but for the collective, because there's going to be a lot of lessons learnt, and we're going to have to start rectifying a lot of mistakes we've made. And it's going to start with the individual. And I think probably quite a few signs, half and half, are really, really bang on it. And you really are, Aries, and I'm really pleased. And again, I really hope that you're safe from harm. Those that you love are safe from harm, and that one day we realise that everyone is someone that we love, and we wish everyone to be safe from harm. Happy birthday again, Aries. Namaste.